Minasan, konnichiwa, Samurai Engineer desu. So, in this episode, we will discuss about 5 interesting topics which we found viral everywhere in social media. So, let's continue. So first, we have posted by a certain individual. So it goes like this. So we are seeing a boundary arc, meaning between towns we have boundary markers. So it is a boundary arc between, I think, two different towns in Quezon province. So it is somewhere in what is this? Pagbilao, or the marker's name is so welcome. What is this? So this is a welcome marker for Bundok Peninsula, somewhere in Quezon province. So the post indicated here is a truck, a tall truck. Of course, because it is a truck, there must be standard height of the truck. And in this post, the truck was able to smash or damage the marker. The marker is in the form of arc. So it is damaged in such a way that it cannot be repaired anymore. So the truck is still stuck at the moment where the picture was taken, directly under the broken arc. So the question is, sino ba ang may responsibilidad dito sa pangyayari ito? Okay? Sino bang may responsibilidad? Of course, maraming magsasabi dito na responsibilidad dyan ng driver. Of course, number one, directly involved is the driver. And there are people who will blame the driver. Okay? However, the driver is actually using a truck. Actually, if you can see the picture, the truck is carrying a container van. Okay? So, a container van has a specific dimension, standard, worldwide. And so, the driver hitting a marker with its standard size truck or container on top of it is actually unjustifiable. So because that is not the responsibility issue of the driver, because he doesn't he doesn't know, he doesn't he is not involved in any way in setting up the standard. So that is an international standard, and therefore he is just what using the track for all he know is following standard. So what fault we can find on the driver? It's nothing. So therefore, since we cannot find fault on the driver, what will happen? The marker is damaged. It includes two columns and a beam. So two columns and a beam, it could cost 10,000 or more. Okay, so therefore there must be some responsibility. So which we are going to find. Okay, so it is not the driver, then who? So one of the comment written here, responsibilidad ba ito ng DPWH o provincial government? Okay, it's a very good question. Anybody maybe have a similar idea. Is it DPWH or provincial government? So in this case, it could be either one of these, but let us tackle the issue, because one of the reply from this comment is pwede daw na responsibilidad ito ng both o ng DPWH and provincial government kasi daw vertical clearance walang warning, kaya yung truck nanguhula ng taas, no welcome. So it is not the responsibility of a driver to measure that, because again, just like we have said, the driver just carrying a load which is standard all over the world. So the measurement of this load is standard. Unless otherwise, there is a warning before passing through this that somebody would write, for example, please do not use this road for low height trucks only. Okay, and then you will be guided by signage to use an alternative route. For example, use the other route. Okay, so in that case, it is possible that it is really a fault of the driver. But this particular highway is national highway. This is national highway. Okay, you can have some sort of that alternative route from national highway if the national highway is under construction. But if not, just like in this case, it is not under construction. There is no reason why you have to give alternative routes to truck like this. So therefore, really, it is not the fault of the driver. Again, who are at fault here? DPWH or provincial government? And again, the reply is both, maybe both of them. So why these two comments are important? Because they are they are assuming, of course, one possibility is that the the uh, the arc is following the standard height, because previously there are other trucks, there are more trucks like this, and in fact maybe this truck is passing this highway several times before, so therefore added to the normality of the case, the driver really doesn't have the responsibility of measuring this up. So what happened therefore? Maybe one of the comments is, since the road is actually a new road, maybe the road is repaired. Okay? Maybe the 1 or 2 months ago, it is maybe repaired, and therefore the road was what? Elevated for some or by some inches. For example, 3 inches, 5 inches, 6 inches. So most possibly minimum 6 inches. Okay? Elevated. Okay, so therefore, since it is elevated by that amount, the height of the truck therefore uh, was not able to pass through that arc height. So it bumped on the upper portion of the arc. So, and damaged arc. So, therefore, if that is the case, I cannot see if it is a new repaired highway. I cannot see in the picture. So, I will assume that it is the most possible case here, because the arc in the picture and the highway in the picture, the arc is looking older than the highway itself. So the pavement of the highway looks newer if you compare that to the arc itself. So the arc itself is shown here as older. So maybe 10 years, 20 years already, as you can see on the picture. So therefore, the most probable case that happened is that the road was repaired and elevated by some inches. And that brings us to the current case wherein the truck already cannot pass through. And therefore, the responsibility here is that the one who made the highway, so it is possible it is either the PWH or provincial government, whoever they are. And actually, on the person is that the responsibility is on the contractor. The contractor of this. Okay, the contractor of this must be able to report it, because to report the height. And in fact, not just report the height, do not make a new pavement that will violate the height of the allowed highest height of the track. So it violates. It already violates. So the contractor here, whether it is a contractor of DPWH or a contractor of provincial government, so The most possible here is it is a contractor of DPWH, because as I've said, it is a national road. National roads are under the authority of DPWH rather than the provincial government. Even if the budget came from the province or the uh, congressional district of the province, it will go through the DPWH. So the default here, in my opinion, is first the contractor. He should not make a road that will allow this accident happen in the first place. He is responsible for inspecting the whole length of the project. This is a highway project and you are going to repair it. The easiest type of repair is just put on the pavement on top of the old pavement. But in this case, since there is an old marker, there is an old arc, maybe what he should do was to dig a little portion of this area so that a standard truck would not hit the arc. Okay, so the contractor is so conscious about finishing the project faster but not safe. So what do we want to point out here? There are engineers in that contracting business. Are we going to say that no one from their list of engineers, their experienced engineers, no one from them was able to think that maybe in this marker the standard height is not met? And again, another thing is that if the contractor was able to report to DPWH that after inspecting the whole project, they said, we are reporting that in this area there is a old marker, the old arc. What are we going to do? Do we proceed with making the new pavement on top of the old pavement without digging it? And then if the DPWH affirm or approve their proposal, and therefore the DPWH would be at fault here. So there you go. So I think from the perspective of engineering, whenever a project engineer decides to follow the plan, it is always necessary to check. It's always necessary to check, not just following the plan. There are somebody who made up this project planning and layouting, but at the site, at the time that this project is being constructed, the project engineer must be able to give his or her feedback or assessment. That is the reason why we have project engineers in the first place. Okay, so I think the possibility that the provincial government is at fault here is far-fetched compared to DPWH. It is DPWH or its contractor. So those engineers here at our fault. But anyway, we are hoping that this will not happen again. So this is the first topic. So in our engineering rambulan social media page, so you can search engineering rambulan, spell as RAMBOLAN, engineering rambulan space TM. So TM meaning trademark. So again, guys, engineering rambulan TM. Please like and subscribe to our social media page as well as in this YouTube channel. Okay. So topic that is supposed to be topic number 6, question number 6 from social media, and we have question number 1. Let us go back to question number 1 on the social media. So it is a picture of a column with so much honeycomb. It is an actual error. So in construction, so the picture depicts a newly formed column. Just in the picture, it is just what the formworks was just taken up, and lo and behold, we have what? We have a column with too much honeycomb. I wish I could show you. So in the later episode of this engineering rambulan time, so we will make sure that we can show you the pictures or videos that will be related or relevant to our discussion. So anyway, so we have the question. So the question is what is the reason? So what is the reason? Then question mark. So this is from the page civil engineering, and this is posted by civil and architecture tips. So let us discuss. So it's very simple because it is just what honeycomb. So there are many possibilities how this happened, but in the construction, we can do a lot of things that may lessen this one, or completely avoid this from happening. So when we say there are about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, there are about 7 or 8 from this picture. There are about 7 or 8 tie spacing. So if you are a civil engineer, you know what I'm talking about. So in column, we have ties, and ties particular spacing. So there are 7 or 8 spacing that are affected by honeycomb. So it's too much. Too much. One spacing is bad enough, and 8 spacing is too much. So anyway, I think this can still be repaired, because just like what I've said, it's just what, just taken off the they just taken off the formworks, so it shows the honeycomb. But the post is just interested. Uh, he is not interested on the solution after the pack, but he is just interested on the reason why this happened. So the reason, one of the reason, we can give so many reasons here. So one of the reason why honeycomb happens, that um, uh, the uh, the steel bars are too close to each other. Maybe they are still uh, mm, following the code, okay, but they are too close to each other, that during the construction they must use, for example, vibrators or stick, so that, because the another reason why this happens is, if the column is too tall, uh, long column, then you pour in or place the wet concrete. So there's a possibility that spaces will still be not filled up. So unfilled spaces, it results to honeycomb. Okay, so then after a while, you will discover something like this. So unfilled. So you need more to give more attention to what vibrating the wet concrete, so that it allows for all the concrete to be or not allow a honeycomb like this, by uh, not just vibrating. So you have to vibrate, use the vibrator along the side of the formworks while doing the pouring. And not only that, you have to what, uh, not only at the same time, vibrating using stick, longer stick, so that you can what, you can stamping. So that is technically recommended, stamping and vibrating, so that uh, the wet concrete, particularly those gravel, would be able to pass through in between the reinforcing bars. So therefore, the reason for this is too close reinforcing bar. I am not saying it is different. I am not saying that they are not following the code with respect to the spacing of reinforcing bar. I'm not saying that. I am saying that practicality says that the closer the reinforcing bar, the harder it is for the wet concrete, particularly with the gravel, to pass through. Okay? So, therefore, if you want to avoid this, you have to choose an spacing that is farther. Okay? So, therefore, you can avoid this one. No? So, if the uh, spacing of reinforcing bars are too close, even if they are not, uh, or even if they are following the code, no, they are not violating the code, it is sometimes harder to avoid honeycomb. And therefore, since you know that, as a project engineer, you have to make sure by simultaneously stamping and vibrating all around the formworks. So that is how you have to avoid this. So if you are just interested in the reason is spacing of the reinforcing bar too close. Okay, thereby our uh, our wet concrete with gravels cannot pass through and creating honeycomb. Okay, so uh, you can also add on that since in some areas the honeycomb did not exist, and therefore in this specific area the I think in this specific area there is a what there are a lot of reinforcing bars because of the overlap. For example, in this particular I it is 90% uh, probable that the overlapping of bars happened in this area, in this particular column. That's why added amount of steel here created the greater possibility of honeycomb compared to other areas of the column. Take note, about 800 mm of the column is not affected by honeycomb. Excuse me. And after the honeycomb, you cannot see continuous honeycomb on top of the honeycomb. And therefore, this specific area alone, whereby we civil engineer put our overlapping in order to what? We put overlapping of steel bars in order to connect one end of the steel bar to another. Okay, so that is the end of one whole length of steel bar. Then, therefore, you need to connect more so that you can uh, what do you call that? Connecting a steel bar. So like this. So you need to overlap it like this, and therefore you are doing it in a particular area of the column, in the particular section of the column, which is this. Okay, so the reason is uh, the overlapping of the steel bar happened in this area. That's why the wet concrete was not able to pass through properly in this area uh, compared to other area. Okay, so particularly the gravel. So that's all for this since the one who posted it was only interested on the reason. So that is the reason from the point of view of the civil engineer and designer. Okay, so thank you for staying with us. We will promise to make this episode more relevant and important to your studies as engineering student, and also we hope that we can contribute to learnings and curiosity of the public for proper uh, reason, engineering judgment on these questions that may bother every one of us. So thank you and see you next episode. Again, this is Dr. EYPEI, Preaching Engineering for Nation Building.